Do you want to improve your pronunciation and sound more clear? There are some tips that I've been following for a year. Let me share my daily pronunciation routine that worked for me, is actually working for me. If you put all effort into your pronunciation, if you want to sound exactly like a native, if you want to overcome your fears, if you want to be more confident when you speak to a native speaker or to your coworkers, there are some stages. Actually, to practice my pronunciation is a major part of my morning routine, and I'm eager to do it. I really love this process of practicing the sounds, the words, and the phrases, sometimes the sentences. Even primarily, I prefer practicing tongue twisters because tongue twisters are the best way to improve your pronunciation, at the same time to build muscle memory. There are plenty of ways of improving pronunciation, building pronunciation habits. There are some tips and stages and ways of improving and sounding more like a native. So let me share my list of practicing my pronunciation. First of all, prioritize your pronunciation. For example, if you prioritize your English, you put all effort and you try to watch something in English, you try to listen a lot, you try to consume a lot of information in English. Maybe you read some books in English, maybe you try to speak, maybe you join some courses to practice your English. And if you prioritize your pronunciation, actually you put all effort into your pronunciation and you try to concentrate on individual sounds, on words, on syllable, on stress, on your intonation. You are more aware of pronouncing the words correctly. So, how to improve pronunciation? Actually, there are more options. There are a lot of alternative answers and optional solutions. Let me share my list. First of all, I prioritize my pronunciation. And secondly, I build a practicing habit. When I practice, I try to focus on the sounds, on the syllable, and there is exact time of my pronunciation. In the mornings from 7 to 8, I take my notebook and I read some words, or I read some phrases or phrasal verbs and sentences in English. Actually, for 6 months, I was listening to podcast episodes, and at the same time, I was imitating and shadowing the podcast episodes. I loved sticking to one podcast episode because it is impossible to master all the episodes or to master all the sounds immediately. When you focus on just one episode, you are more aware of its meaning, the phrases, the words, the connected speech, the reductions. So it is easy for you to focus on just one podcast episode, imitate and shadow it every single day, or 3 to 5 times a day. And you could go with the same podcast episode for 2 weeks at least, maybe for a month. It depends on you. To be honest, it's gonna be a challenging for a week, maybe for 2 weeks, but then slowly but surely you're gonna get used to it. You're going to get the hang of this practice, the process, and you're going to have fun. Next step is focus on your pronunciation. What do I mean by that? I mean, whenever you talk, whenever you make a video, whenever you record your voice, or whenever you record a transcript of the podcast, whenever you do something in English or something about English, always concentrate on your pronunciation. Focus on your pronunciation and forget about organizing thoughts, forget about the grammar or the words. Purely focus on your pronunciation. There are actually numerous or thousands of audiobooks, podcast episodes, or even music. If you love listening to music, you can choose, or some conversations in English. It depends on you. So make sure that the podcast episode or the listening that you're going to imitate and shadow shouldn't be too long. It's okay if it lasts for 5 to 7 minutes. If it's too long, you may get bothered and it's going to be hard for you to concentrate all the reductions or connected speech and the sounds and the new words. You may lose your motivation and it may be overwhelming. After imitating and shadowing audio several times, try to record your voice. When you record your voice, exaggerate and project your voice. Exaggeration is the key of improving your pronunciation. As soon as you finish your recording, try to listen, replay the recording because you will notice some mistakes or you'll hear, first of all, you hear your voice and you can see the differences of your voice and you can compare your voice to the audio. It actually works because it has helped me a lot, and still every now and then I try to record my voice, and actually I love imitating podcast episodes and I really love shadowing method. In order to succeed, in order to master the sounds, the words, or to sound like a native, I don't say work hard, but be committed. Be committed, don't quit, and never give up. Because when you are committed, when you are consistent, eventually you're going to succeed, you're going to master, and you're going to sound like a native. These stages are actually feasible. These are workable. Just give it a try and give it a shot. Let me wrap it up. First of all, prioritize your pronunciation. Create a practicing habit. Focus on your pronunciation every time when you have a chance to speak to or to record your voice. Imitate and shadow every single day. Go with the same podcast episode for 2 weeks or for a month. And record your voice every single day. Follow these stages for 6 months. Even in 3 months, you're gonna see amazing results. So if the video was useful, like and share it and subscribe to my channel because in the next video, I'm gonna talk about speaking skills.